maybe that's what you might end up doing. In fact, I'm going to skip ahead 3 stories because I realize there's a segue here that I didn't plan for. Here we have an article from Eric Franklin on CNET who says he might be lured away from iPhone to Android not because of Fortnite, but because of Xbox Game Pass.
Right.
And to me, this one is actually maybe even a bigger reason. I understand Fortnite is an incredibly popular game and is going to sway people one way or the other. But Xbox Game Pass is your whole gaming life. Mm-hmm. It's all those titles. Mm-hmm. And they tried to work with Apple to get things figured out. And Apple is continually kind of getting backed into their own little private silo here by not letting others in because they couldn't get a deal done. And Game Pass, the experience, Microsoft came out and said, look, we're not going to be able to deliver it the way we want on iOS. And you're going to have these Xbox caliber games on your mobile with the potential to put the controller on and all the rest of it. And a bunch of people that plan to pick up those next-gen consoles or are already invested in Microsoft who want to play this caliber of games on their smartphone, how are they going to stay on iOS?
Do you think they'll ever change their position?
Well, I think you got to wait to see if it ever ends up on the bottom line. Oh. If they are able to track statistics and say, oh, the Epic one hurt us, or oh, you know what, the Microsoft what's weird about doing this math is you have to say to yourself, all right, so here's what we lost. Like they need to figure out the net.
Yes.
Here's what we lost, but we signed up a bunch of new people for Apple Arcade because they couldn't get the, and they're going to have to figure out the net. Now, I don't think that these two things are necessarily competitive because the Xbox user base is already there and they're already invested and they just flip the switch and then they're doing the cloud stuff. Mm-hmm. And so I don't know that it's a one-to-one thing. I tend to think the better move, and this is just me, this is just my intuition, would be, especially with this one, get it on iOS.
Right.
This would be a one where a couple pals could be talking and saying, you can't even play Microsoft Game Pass on your iPhone? Get out of here. And I think the Fortnite one is similar, even though I don't play Fortnite. But I think it's similar, much like the iMessage thing, where you don't ever want to be the outcast in a group that can't do the thing. You always want to be able to do the thing, whatever it happens to be, and socialize where people are socializing. You don't want to have those walls in there wherever possible. But anyway, he makes a case here for why he'll consider another platform. And the important part, this is a person who's been on iOS since the iPhone 3G in 2008. This is a very reluctant switcher.
Power user.
Yeah. And so it's significant because it's not a person that flip-flopped every so often. It's a diehard iOS user. And there could be some others out there in the universe. Of course, I can ask the audience here because there's people sitting here watching this. If you're an Xbox user and an iPhone user and you plan on signing up for Game Pass, are you going to ditch your iPhone is essentially what I'm trying to say. Would you move to Android in order to experience Game Pass as a Microsoft Xbox gamer or just a game fan in general who wants to utilize this technology, this game streaming technology on your mobile? Let me know in the comments if it would cause you to flip from iOS to Android.